fuck's going on here?
Trash talk is starting.
Who ain't this motherfucker? I will wax you. I represent God. Kiss my ass.
Ready?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Shut the fuck up. Little bitch. Who the fuck are you talking to? I recognize you're talking to. Sorry about that.
You action up there?
Shut the fuck up.
How are you?
Coming up now.
Come here running your mouth. Come here running your fucking mouth. Come here running your mouth. You're late. No respect.
You security.
Yourself.
Hey, boys will be boys, right? Hey, James. Boys will be boys. That's how it works.
Every minute. Shut the fuck up and get off the stage. Little bitch. Little bitch.
The fuck's going on here?
Boxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
Boxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew he was tough and you're taking those punches.
Nazi Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. AJ protectors, beware. There will be nothing nice to talk about here. Fuck that. I know what this is. You will not pull the wool over my eyes. But now, on a serious note, I've been said this shit. Like, Big Baby was always meant to be the first U.S. opponent, and the narrative has been laid out. It's there. We're going to give you all the details of the quote-unquote altercation that took place yesterday in New York City. Big Baby Miller, the Brooklyn native, going straight at the heavyweight champion of the British world, Anthony Joshua, while he was making his debut here in the States. Now, we were there. So there's a lot of Instagram videos, YouTube videos, cell phone videos of this altercation. But 2 out of the 3 panelists were live. We were there. I interviewed Big Baby. I interviewed Anthony Joshua. I interviewed Eddie Hearn. So let's get into it. Let's head on out to all the co-hosts on the panel.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox the Conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dippy. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
Yeah, what an event. It was a great event put on by DAZN. Turned out to be not only the AJ versus Povetkin presser, but sort of like crashing the party sort of thing, like Tyson did to Klitschko. You know what I mean? Just with a little more disrespect in the sense. Shit was kind of crazy. Shit was kind of crazy, man. For a second there, I thought Eddie was gonna take one there. You know what I mean? I didn't know you got 2 huge guys ready to go at it. It looks like Eddie stopped it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know
about that ready to go at it shit. I question both men.
I mean, one had like 4 belts.
I personally questioned Big Baby in his face and on my interview.
You know, the whole steam of it is like, you know what I mean? It just, I don't know. For a second there, it looked like it might have been unorganic, but I'm not one to judge. It looked genuine. After I went back, because I didn't hear the first parts, I didn't hear, AJ's, what he was saying. I just heard Big Baby just going going at it with the mouth, saying a whole bunch of stuff. But I didn't even get to see it from the start when it happened on the stage. So after seeing everything, I mean, it looked serious, and you never could talk about somebody's mom. You're in trouble now. You know what I mean?
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Window skimp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
Yo. What's up, TBV family? We back with another one. We had the DAZN press conference yesterday. We had a nice little confrontation between Big Baby and AJ, and we will delve into it. I don't want to say too much about it until we really get into it. So I'm going to throw it out to my boy, Fighter IQ, out in the Bay Area.
What's going on? I'm pretty excited for this. I really like the two fighters getting in their face. You know, this is one thing that Anthony Joshua did not want to happen at any point. It seemed like when he was fighting in the UK. So seeing how he reacts to someone actually in his face in kind of a considered a professional setting has now made the boxing world a little bit more exciting. But yeah, let's go. Let's talk.
It has brought some excitement to the division and for this particular fight. But, you know, I'm here to discuss a narrative that I think has been laid out. There are a few, I guess, Easter eggs throughout the press conference that can hint at maybe some in-house tampering. Doomsday hinted at the possibility of this being something that was preordained, something that was planned. And I feel both ways. I'm not certain that it was planned, and I'm not certain that it wasn't. I'll base my uncertainty on AJ's response. But that very same response is what makes me feel certain that this was something planned, not necessarily by AJ, but by Matchroom and DAZN, because it could be heard on the audio, the DAZN employees speaking. And I don't know, just certain things that they're saying makes me know that, or makes me feel that they knew what was going on, that their statements definitely indicate that they enjoyed what was going on. And they even went as far as saying that this was going to bring in numerous American subscribers. So it's like, did this happen organically, or was this a ploy by DAZN to get subscribers? Now, outside of that, there's body language, there is verbal aggression. A lot took place yesterday. It's just so many places to go, because I got to ask you guys right off the bat. Look, I'm an East Coaster. You get all in my face. I'm not holding these 4 belts. I'm putting this shit down in case somebody swing on me. See, I'm an older guy. So, you know, anybody that's in my age category knows what the word sneaking is. So if nobody sneak me, sneakiness.
You take it back to Razor Ruddock and Riddick Bowe. You know what I mean? When they got into it, you know what I mean? And they got in each other's face, and you know, he Riddick Bowe teed off right in his face. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson, a guy like Mike Tyson, you couldn't do that to Mike tee off. So it's like
Mike hit that dude Mitch Green in the store. You can't. It's certain people you can't get in their face, and this is what I'm saying is body language right now. Look, we all got a lot to lose, and AJ and Big Baby have even more. Big Baby has more to lose than AJ, because AJ at least has made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, first off, I don't think that it was a setup by DAZN or Matchroom, because if you're going to set it up, Big Baby can't be late. I mean, that's just one thing right there. So, and also, I think Big Baby kind of stole the shine a little bit away from Deontay Wilder, because the news yesterday wasn't the Wilder thing first. After that happened, it was the Big Baby thing, then the Wilder thing second. And also, I do believe that Anthony Joshua showed some type of swagger yesterday that I really enjoyed, but I'll get into it a little bit more when we go down the list.
Yeah, I think well, it's interesting because there's this YouTube video I saw. There's this guy named Gary V, and I know Mike's familiar with him. And pretty much just a narrative of who he is he's a big guy who turned like a wine company into he tripled the value of the wine company pretty much. So he got into social media and marketing like heavily. And so Big Baby actually went on his show, and you can look on YouTube. It's Gary V and Big Baby, and the whole entire interview and talks is, hey, how can I raise my profile? How can I become a bigger star? What are the things I need to do? And he said pretty much all the right things to how to really take advantage of his social media platform. You need to go on Instagram. You need to go on interviews. You got to do all these things. And it makes me wonder that if that particular conversation that he had was something that triggered him to go on, I'm going to go use this, and I'm going to build my profile off this.
And one quick,
I think yes and no, right? But go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say one quick thing from that interview. He said seize the moment. And yesterday, even though he was behind and whispering, he got AJ's attention, and he kind of seized that moment, because after that happened, that shit was everywhere. Go ahead, Ness.
It was everywhere, and it did go viral. And you know, look, I've said this many times. The way to get to your nemesis is to clubber lane him. The blueprints are there. You clubber lane him.
What you eat, I eat.
Big Baby did. That's what Big Baby did. Now, again, I'm there live, Mike. I'm there live. I'm a couple of feet away. I'm like, oh shit, Big Baby's punking AJ, because you can't hear AJ. You can't hear AJ. You only hear him calling, you big ass English muffin, you fucking pussy, I smell pussy, you pussy. And I'm like, damn, this dude ain't gonna say shit. And you see AJ pacing back and forth, and he's like, he's going up to Eddie, like, here, Eddie, take these belts. Going up to his man with the hat, like, here, take these belts. Nobody taking these belts off his hand. He still got these belts in his hand. Big Baby still all in his face. Now, I think they both put on a show because, again, throw them fucking belts on the floor in case them fists start flying. And for Big Baby, stop fucking acting like Eddie Hearn was holding your ass back. Because I told him to his face, I said, stop, yo, come on. Eddie can't hold you. He like, nah, I ain't want to hurt him. No, you ain't want to jeopardize what you had going on. But you still did a great job. Phenomenal job. And shout out to Big Baby. He reposted our video of it, and that's always appreciated by anybody that shows the love. So, yeah, you know what I mean? I still think it was set up. Like, the whole late and all that.
Yeah, he was late. Big Baby was late.
but I think it's part of it. Like, yo, he was there, and statement was made.
And I mean, from the look of AJ's face, man, it wasn't like he was expecting, you know what I'm saying, anything that happened between him and Big Baby, because they had them on the same side.
Well, you see, that's what confuses me, Mike, because if you hear that DAZN audio, I know you heard that yesterday, because that DAZN audio is so clear, and AJ is so mean. I mean, this is the AJ from Brazil, AJ, Sky Sports Wembley in the back, you know, one camera on, and you're like, holy shit.
In the middle of cussing Big Baby out, he apologizes to a lady right there in front of him, said, sorry for my language, and then starts back cussing again. So it's looking,
yeah, you see the gangster and the gentleman.
Shut the fuck up. You're all late and disrespectful. Shut the fuck, get off the fucking stage, you bitch. You bitch.
You little bitch.
The way that his gangster is so weird too. It's just so proper. It's fucking hilarious. But you know, it made me love him more. I was like, oh shit. Because again, when I'm live, Mike, I can't hear none of that. I only hear Big Baby way, you know, over him. And it's just like, holy shit. Then AJ's like, come on, you know, come outside. And Big Baby's like, all right. And then Eddie again is fake holding him back. So I follow AJ. He like come outside, but in all actuality, he goes into a fucking bathroom. Now, look. I come from a place where nigga, we lock in the bathroom and get it in. But AJ ain't fucking fighting in no bathroom with Big Baby. Get the fuck out of here. You know, it was all bluff to me, bro. To me, now I will say this. I think AJ is genuinely upset at the way that Big Baby went about it. We all know from previous interviews, he doesn't like people to try to shame their way at a fight by shaming another person, I mean. You know, Big Baby went above and beyond.
Yeah, he went above.
But we don't even have to make excuses for him because he replied for all of us. But I love that he replied directly to Lennox Lewis because Lennox Lewis got involved in this shit too. Because this is how serious it is. We really haven't let the cat out the bag. That not only did Big Baby call him English muffin, pussies, and all type of shit.
No tea time.
He also said his mom looked good and he's gonna take on a date. And he's been like talking about the moms on Twitter and telling Billy Joe Saunders how, you know, somebody, I don't know if he was talking about Billy Joe's mom or girl or somebody, but he definitely invited someone in Billy Joe's, circle to his, penis and genital area. Like,
hey,
baby,
real quick. The quote that he had for Lennox Lewis says,
Whoa. You got to hit him with the Lennox first.
Oh, shit. Let me find it then.
Got to hit him with the Lennox first because Lennox is the one that came out and said, and I'm going to paraphrase, Mike's going to get you the good shit, but Lennox came out and was like, yo, I'm all for fighting and shit, but like you start talking about somebody's mom, that's even like you'll get the fight even less with me unless you're a mandatory. And even if you're a mandatory, then I'm knocking you out in one. So,
From Lennox Lewis, I don't like all this disrespecting someone's mom. I would pretty much make sure you never got a fight with me unless you made it to the mandatory number one. And even then, it's going to be a short night for you, that person. So Big Baby comes back and tells Lennox Lewis, when it's war, it's war. Being polite might work for you and your boys. We starving out here. A closed mouth don't get fed. Thanks for the advice, but you're not putting no money in my pocket. I love you, Lennox, but you're not in my shoes. War.
That's fucking right. Mike, you gotta get a little more animated with that because
you know what
you had to read that with some fucking authority. You know what I'm saying? Because he got some animosity. He's trying to eat. And listen, I understand. You know what's fucking hilarious about this whole situation? There's irony here. And let's let the IQ in. And obviously, Doomsday, you were jumping in, but the irony in this situation is little by little, Big Baby is fighting every single Deontay Wilder opponent.
Leftover.
And no one is saying, no, don't even call them that, right? Because that's what the protectors do to degrade a resume. But that's
what Eddie's doing with the whole Brazil thing.
I just want to bring that up because it's like,
I mean, at the end of the day, look, the show, these guys are look, even if it was planned and all that, they're doing a hell of a job promoting it. And the big question is, does this put another delay on a Wilder fight? You know what I mean?
Of course,
because that's the real big question.
You gotta defend your mother's honor, or what are you gonna do? You gonna
come on. You already know how my man LL said. LL Cool J say, "Mama say knock you out."
Exactly. So you ain't
mama
talk about your mom.
You know what I'm saying? You talk about mom.
That's my problem right there. Everyone is gonna all of a sudden take the AJ side. This is why I know this shit was preordained. Everybody's gonna say, because we all got moms. Yeah, we all got moms. Tupac's song "Dear Mama" was the shit. Everybody. So now it's like, nah, fuck that. AJ got this bastard. He's disrespectful. He's got to get checked. Man, fuck all that because we've been new age. Look, and no disrespect to Big Baby. I'm all trying to get into camp and shit like that. But look, he's not the favorite.
Go ahead and get in, Ron, real quick.
No, I mean, all I was gonna say is it was so funny about all this, and I have to just be consistent on what I say. But when I talked to Ness about like getting on the show and like talking and becoming a co-host, quote, I said, hey, look, I got my microphone, I got all my stuff. we good as long as we don't do no mama jokes. We Gucci, and we laughed about it. But that was one of the highlights where it just seemed like we all knew that was like the extra line. Like we all got thick skin. We can talk. You can talk about me. We can talk about whatever. But you always see like many times in fights when, you know, Oscar De La Hoya and Mayorga, when he involved the family, talked about, you know, the wives and things like that. Anytime you talk about people's moms and wives and kids,
sportingnews.com here with the
Now I'm from a culture down south. If you got a fine ass mama, motherfuckers gonna let you know now, right? They gonna let you know.
Fucker. But nah, man, there's a fine line, not a fine line. There's a difference between disrespecting like, yo, I'm gonna sleep with your moms, and disrespecting like, yo, your mom's is fine. You know what I'm saying?
But did he say sleep with or take out on a date?
My man, it wouldn't even fucking matter, bro. Let's play the tape from how AJ, because AJ ain't even know. And it's hilarious. It's like, how don't you know? This is why I'm so confused about this, because I was there and I hear Big Baby talking about his mom. So it's like, yo, how don't you know? You got to wait to be interviewed about this shit. But hold on. Play the tape. Go ahead, do me before I play. You obviously want to say?
Nah. I was right behind Big Baby when he was talking all that shit. And I mean, when AJ turned away to kind of sort of hold his belts again and take a picture, there was a lot of stuff still being said, but I don't think AJ was aware of what was being said.
And I mean,
how the fuck do you still hold your belts that you never let down? He said, kind of.
Listen, AJ. Look, at the end of the day, AJ's trying to be a professional. He said it in that interview himself. You know, he's fought in the amateur pedigree, and he's fought people all over the world, and usually there's a certain amount of respect. So he wanted to, you know, he's with that whole persona. But I mean, look, play the tape when they tell him about his mom.
Real quick. After that happened yesterday, and I mean it's with no disrespect, I wonder how many people Googled AJ's mom.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I ain't Google her yet. Somebody Google that. Send me that picture. I ain't Google her yet.
Me neither. I didn't even think of that.
I mean, she's not bad looking at all.
Holy shit, Mike. Mike just told us where he went. He fucking Googled her yesterday. Like,
I seen her way before that. Like they had like a documentary about AJ. So I seen her way before that.
All right. Yeah, well, I don't think he heard him right there. I think that would have been it, Ness. If he would have heard him, like, say your mom, I think that's when he would have shoved Eddie to the side. Like, yo, get out of my way, motherfucker. He talking about my mama.
So I just want to point out, like, if this is staged or anything like that, if this is the case, then there's some sort of like hypocrisy, and like based on the fact that if they didn't want to have Deontay Wilder get into the ring at one point to set up a major fight when Deontay was willing to go overseas, not saying this was staged, but if this was the case and they did stage it, then it makes you look back going, well, we don't believe in that, but then we're doing it.
And this, where did that rumor come from?
Be able to prove it. I mean, Big Baby signed the DAZN.
Yeah, listen, if it was fake, yo, my hat goes off to Eddie Hearn, bro. This guy, this guy's a master of theater, bro.
Listen. It wasn't fake, dog. It wasn't fake. Like I said, I feel both ways because there's evidence pointing both ways, but I feel strongly about both ways. Like, think about it. My man, half you motherfuckers out there be talking shit and I don't even know what you look like. Imagine if I knew what you look like. There's a few of you that know that I do know what you look like, and we have met and I have fucked you up. So imagine AJ letting Big Baby hear him all his life talking about G-string AJ, G-string AJ. He don't want to fucking talk. He like, you pussy. Because that the respect is gone. It's gone. There's no respect there. Like when I meet you, fuck you trying to shake my hand for? Didn't you say Ness is a dick or whatever the fuck you said?
You want me to
take this smack now? You know what I'm saying?
Protein shake drinking.
Let me go into the super chat real quick. Michael Johnson, why wouldn't Miller do that shit? AJ walking around in New York acting like he hot shit, and then Eddie dangle AJ in front of Miller. Also, when you put two pit bulls in the room, that's what happens.
And to be fair to Miller, it's not the first time that he's tried something like this. Remember when Wilder had his knockout? He tried to go in the ring
there too.
So it's not his first time. So that's all I'm saying. He has a track record of trying to do shit like this and talking big shit. So
Michael Johnson has another one. He said, "Who is Dominic Brazil supposed to fight next?"
I mean, we had it in our heads. It's Wilder, right?
So do y'all think with all this Miller beef after the Povetkin fight, if the Wilder shit don't happen, he'll maybe get that Wembley date?
Absolutely. They already offered Big Baby commentating a commentating gig on Sky Sports during the next AJ Povetkin fight. So
shout out to Adam Booth for that information via Sky Sports.
They are laying it down. Now, does it happen? It's not necessarily, going to happen because remember, Wilder's commentated numerous times and that shit ain't happening. But Eddie Hearn told us he was going to fight Povetkin, and they're fighting him. Eddie Hearn told us that AJ would fight Big Baby Miller. It was supposed to be in August. It's not going to happen in August.
I got to say one thing about Eddie Hearn, man. That motherfucker can sell ice to a fucking Eskimo like the fucking title said. I mean, when he was at that press conference and I'm watching it live, like the jokes he was making about like Lil Wilder is more people here than Wilder's event. I mean, that shit like it's kind of funny and it's entertaining. So him being
he's a sly dude, bro. This guy, he's comfortable talking in front of a lot of people. He doesn't read out of cards or nothing like that. You know what I mean? He's a showman, man. And he
reads out of cards because when he runs out of shit to say, he resorts back to the same thing.
That little round circle thing. Yeah, that little round circle.
Well, why did they take a week to 2 weeks to answer? But why? No. How many tickets does Deontay sell? Deontay's making $3 million.
Now check this out, right? Being as though Big Baby's getting all this heat, he's going a little overboard to a lot of people. I guess he's breaking the cultural rule, like don't talk about mama. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys remember, but throughout boxing history, this has been a story that just it happens when great fights are being made. Sometimes you got to chase them. Ali chased Sonny Liston up until the point that Sonny Liston actually shot a gun.
Yeah,
of course, it was empty, but it was blanks. But
yeah,
it gets to those points, man, where sometimes you just got to chase it. And I'm not gonna sit here and fucking say that big
nothing new, Doomy. This ain't nothing new because remember that Big Baby has been talking about Deontay Wilder's wife and insinuating that he slept with her.
Well, and he got shit for that too.
And 50 Cent put that out there too. So like, this is who Big Baby is. He came to the press conference in army pants, army boots,
shoes untied, shoelace, no ties on the shoelace.
Yeah, it was combat boots though.
That's what I'm saying. But AJ,
knew what the fuck he came to do. AJ was there in joggers chilling. This dude was there ready for war.
He came with militant pants, bro. He had the military camouflage blue pants, bro.
I don't know if y'all know, but Ness had some breaking news yesterday. At the end of the AJ little interview, AJ said he will put Ness on his Ness track that he do. So shout out to Ness.
Whatever. And he actually did a new one. Did you hear? That shit was weak.
Yeah, weak as fuck.
No, he didn't even remember his last one. So now we know somebody wrote that shit for him. I'm like, yo, I recited it a little bit. He's like, what? I'm like,
or do he freestyle so much that he forgets shit?
Oh shit, true.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, all that shit that happened yesterday, man, was more than I expected when I tuned in to the DAZN press conference. And the people they had when they brought out Boo Boo Andre, I was like, hell fucking yeah, about time.
About time. Man. I ain't gonna get into that because that's gonna make the show go way longer.
There was some there's some breaking news right now on ESPN.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Definitely. We'll give us our thoughts on the DAZN. This is the new narrative. Joshua versus Big Baby. You disrespected my mom. I gotta fight and defend the honor of my mom. So everything else must wait.
Play that audio from Sporting News.
Let's talk about the mom.
Yes, let's play the audio where he talks about mom.
Heavyweight champion of the world who has 4 world titles, Anthony Joshua. Anthony, you're here for the Povetkin fight. You're here to announce the launch of the DAZN. Yeah. But there was some madness on stage. What was that with Big Baby Miller?
Like, I don't really have any issue with many people because I just feel like when I come through the amateur pedigree, I fought some of the best amateurs in the world champions, Olympic champions, European champions, the Cubans, and we always had a level of respect for each other. So I wanted to take that into the professional world. But when I signed to turn pro, I realized that people that can't even tie up your shoelaces disrespect you. So with Miller, he's always been very negative towards me. And I'm not in the business of talking just for clout. I talk because it's real. If I believe I'm better than you, I'm saying that because I am. I don't just talk it because I want to be popular. So you're coming in my turf, you know. I remember you started talking behind my back, and it's a territorial thing. So if you're gonna bark, I'm gonna roar, and that's just how it is, really.
Listen, AJ, you sweet and low, you cotton candy, you apple jacks, apple juice, pansy, throwing wearing sucker. Lucky Eddie Hearn between me. I'm gonna bust your ass. But I got a date with your mom anyway.
He's talked about taking your mom out on a date. Like,
What?
he's crossing territory. That's what he said today. He said he wants to take your mom out on a date. When you hear stuff like that, what does that make you think?
Come say it to my face.
Enough said. All right, so let's talk about the business here. You got Povetkin. You got it September 22nd. Joshua.
I'm still thinking about that comment.
You want to go back to that? I mean,
Not really, no.
a man, it's crossing the line, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't. That's what. Yeah. Yeah, he's not on my level. We're not the same. We're not cut from the same cloth.
Obviously, that means he wants a piece of you, but does that make you want to teach him a lesson?
I've been teaching people lessons. Miller doesn't define.
Oh shit! I hit the. My bad. Somebody sent me a text. My bad.
Damn, man. We went right there. The juicy part too, but it was getting juicy than the motherfucker.
That was Ron work, man. He sent some texts right now to the pre-bro. I tried to read it.
Some good news, man.
I tried to read it. I didn't know that it was gonna stop the audio. Fuck, man.
Did Terrence win?
Yeah, he won.
Oh, really? That's what I'm talking about.
Terrence Crawford.
About time.
Terrence.
Terrence Crawford, the best fighter in the fucking world.
If you're gonna bark, I'm gonna roar, and that's just how it is, really.
Listen, AJ, you sweet and low, you cotton candy, you apple jacks, apple juice, pansy, throwing wearing sucker. Lucky Eddie Hearn between me. I'm gonna bust your ass. But I got a date with your mom anyway.
He's talked about taking your mom out on a date. Like,
What?
he's crossing territory. That's what he said today. He said he wants to take your mom out on a date. He's talked about taking your mom out on a date. Like, he's
What?
crossing.
Yo, did you hear his what?
Yeah, what? Like, he said, "What, homie?"
yeah. Yeah. Yo, he couldn't believe it.
He damn near sounded
"What?"
like
Hold on.
Taking your mom out on a date. Like,
What?
he's crossing.
What?
he damn near sounded like he wanted to punch the fucking guy who said it. Like,
Yeah. Like you repeated that? Damn, B. Oh man, you just can't talk about the mom. I'm telling you, he's getting under his skin, and then
It was better watching it live, like watching it and watching his body. Like,
look, I'm not gonna lie, Ness.
bragging shit, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Ness. Like you know when beef about to go down, your heart start racing. Even if it ain't you, but like when your man's about to fight, you start. I caught that for like half a second. I'm like, yo, ain't nobody around to break this shit up. Like, Eddie, you tall, but like them boys is big as hell, and they strong. They start going at it. It's over. I don't know. I ain't seen no security there.
none.
Well,
Me and Ness would have been probably the only ones been able to stop that shit.
I would got as close as I could.
As big as Anthony Joshua and Big Baby.
No
Yo,
security.
bro, catch me them elbows.
Bro,
I seen like two people in all black suits, pretty big, but
look, shout out to the I mean, I don't know if they were security or not, but there were some people there with suits and stuff. I think they were security, but like I'm talking about, you're not gonna stop these guys.
Yeah, not only that, how big were each other entourages? The Big Baby?
no entourage. I mean,
no entourage. Each guy had one man. Right.
Okay.
I had one corner man.
One ride or die homie with him.
Planned. That shit was like,
See,
yo,
that right there.
You get 1+1.
You get
because normally Joshua has like 6 people with him. You know what I'm saying? 6, 7 people, and they all friends. And Big Baby's like at least 3 or 4 deep all the time. So I mean,
Carlos coming with the whole Houston.
Oh no. They be coming through with the whole squad. But nah, like I said, it gave me like a little feeling. But then, you know, when I seen, you know, Eddie kind of put his arm in front of Baby Miller, and Baby Miller, you know, didn't resist. AJ didn't resist. You know, I was like, all right, it ain't that serious. What I'm saying is, I bet you if Baby would have said something about his mom right there and then, I think, yo, Eddie would have been in trouble trying to break that shit. There would have been some Dana White shit.
How did everyone else look? Like the
Let me
media.
go back to the audio. Yo, Demetrius was throwing kicks, trying to steal the spotlight. He seen all the cameras. He started doing his impressions of Bruce Lee. This is why I'm telling you, like,
yeah.
It's a little odd to me, but it was still entertaining. Let's go back to the audio.
Territory. That's what he said today. He said he wants to take your mom out on a date. When you hear stuff like that, what does that make you think?
Come say it to my face.
Enough said. All right, so let's talk about the business here. You got Povetkin. You got it September 22nd. Joshua.
I'm still thinking about that comment.
You want to go back to that? I mean,
not really. No.
A man, it's crossing the line, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't. That's what. Yeah. He's not on my level. We're not the same. We're not cut from the same cloth.
Obviously, that means he wants a piece of you. But does that make you want to teach him a lesson?
I've been teaching people lessons. Miller doesn't define my boxing career. Do you know what I'm saying? So because one person says something doesn't mean it's going to define my whole legacy in this boxing world. But he needs to watch his mouth, because as I said, I'm not someone that talks for clout. You know, Miller is not cut from the same cloth as me, so he should watch how he talks.
There you go.
I'm not one to talk for clout. Yo, he know how to talk, man. He said it right then. Let's go out to the phone lines. Ron, you got anything?
Nah, man, just don't talk about my mom. So we just
yo, tell me one thing.
Don't talk about anybody's mom.
Mom say knock you out now.
Hey, but I'll say one thing though. When you go on ESPN, you go to the boxing section, it is the #1 biggest highlighted article on there. So Miller's name is on the biggest ESPN article. So it did raise his profile without a doubt.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, this is what they want. They need an American that they could come beat to then pay-per-view the next American. AJ needs to get that. I mean, Wilder needs to come after that fight, but it's too late. The zone already snatched him up. Over. I don't know what they're doing over there on that side of town. They letting the ball drop. But phone lines, sponsors, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Everybody's getting un minuto. So have your thoughts in order. Make sure you're not on Bluetooth. You're not on speakerphone. You have your radio turned off in the background. First time caller, say you're a first time caller. And let's get out to our ringer in New Jersey.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody, let's agree that.
Yo, is this not some bullshit or what? Because what's going to happen now is, now we're supposed to forget that they flaked on Wilder and say, oh, but it's Big Baby Miller. Like, and I fuck with Big Baby Miller. But I can't understand, who the fuck doesn't see that this dude, and he's talking about I'm pretty upset about that. Yeah, I'm not even disrespecting him because my UK generals is raw, but god damn, what the fuck are we doing now? Just because Big Baby could run his mouth, and I'm a Jersey guy, so I'm gonna say, you know, not against my brothers in New York, but typical loudmouth New York nigga shit. Because Big Baby Miller can run his fucking mouth like a loudmouth New York nigga. They want to make that fight and take it away from the Bronx Bomber. I'm fucking fuming, guys. I'm fuming. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. It's bullshit. I gotta come back. That's my call.
I mean, thanks for calling in. As always, we're going out to Baltimore. Troy, talk to us.
What's up? Let me get you off the speaker. You know what? Theatrics have always been a part of sports, boxing, and all things. So that's just theatrics to sell a fight. They must really believe he's going to get past this dude here that he's going to fight, right? And then they're trying to hype up the fight with Big Baby. What I don't like about Big Baby, and I've never liked about him, is that he gets real ratchet with his talking. You know, you don't put your mouth on people's wives. The whole saying you want to sleep with somebody's mother, that's very disrespectful. Because once you get in that ring now, that you planted a real hateful seed in someone's heart. And, you know, they're going to come after you for real to really just punish you. In most cases, if that was me in there with him and I could knock him out, I would carry him and punish his ass. That's exactly what I would do.
All right, Troy, thanks for calling in. We're going out to our Patreon ringer. It is Stainless in the Detroit.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the D. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Ness, TBV chat, TBV panel, TBV for life. Stainless, what's up?
What up, brother? Did you see the news? You seen all this?
Yeah, man. I hear Fast Eddie running his games and his tricks again. That was over here in the U.S., right? Because they were doing the DAZN.
Yep, New York
US
City
launch. Man, all I can say to that is, and this is I don't mean any disrespect to any UK callers or listeners when I say this, but that's some of that Fast Eddie shit, man. We ain't falling for that. I'm saying you can run them drama shows with somebody else, man. We ain't falling for that. I mean, if that's what they want to pitch, you know what I'm saying, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Just say that, because I'm on the Nestor Gibbs psychic hotline anyway, so I already knew that this fight was gonna happen. Just like you were saying that Joshua was gonna sign to the zone, the fight with Quebec was gonna be on the zone, and then next it'd be Baby Miller. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just stay on the Nest psychic hotline. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to deal with that bullshit from Fast Eddie. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate the time. I use my boomerang status to get back in soon. Doomsday, what's up? It's
What's going on, Stain?
On the panel, Rob, Mike.
Ron as well.
Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it, Ron. You just missed our stepchild.
Is that emblem right now? He's behind the IQ. Is the mastermind behind that IQ?
IQ.
Before the zone came about, we all thought AJ was gonna go to HBO.
I told you guys this was always gonna happen,
he was
bro.
going to the zone.
No, but I also said
Yeah,
HBO was an option. I also said HBO because I knew that that's the easiest way to separate the two, make it a network issue.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but matter of fact, instead of boomeranging in, I'm gonna use my boomerang right here now, because I wanted to say that. Is it Mike, black dude?
Yes, sir. Blackest nigga on the panel.
Mike, man, my name's Stainless, man. I was listening to a show last week where you were talking about how boxing inspired you, man, and I just want to say that was motivating for me too. I actually saw that fight, you know what I'm saying, when Wilder walked out with the guy in the wheelchair rapping, you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, and he kind of invigorated me to watch boxing again too. You know what I'm saying, there's some others, but I'm saying that was a real inspiring story that you told, man. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you sharing that with us here in TBV fam and TBV universe, man. So thanks for that.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man, I always say, man, please, hey, man, I appreciate you, and of course I appreciate TBV. I appreciate my Patreon links. You know what I'm saying, and as I always say, please make sure that you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. Peace.
Stainless, as always, thank you for calling in. Thank you for participating on the show, being a supporter on Patreon, and also being a ringer, which obviously allows him to cut the line. And because he's a boomerang, he can call backs, and he chose to exercise that. Now we're going to go out to some of the super chats. Want to thank everybody for those super chats, continuing to keep this show, out here every day. The last caller is emotional as fuck, but that was not Stainless. He was talking about and Ronald. Well, that was Anthony Wade with that message. And then this next one is from Ronald Finkel. He says, peace, Ness, 100. Salute, 100. Going back out to
we got 173 watching. We need more thumbs up.
Yo, Mike got the only laid back voice, right? He's like, real quick, we got 370 watching.
It's that OG.
That's that swag, baby. That's all it is. That's all it is.
So yeah, man, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets other people know that we're out here rocking out, that they have a place where they could call in 14255695241, voice their opinion here on the show.
Oh, hold on, baby. We got some real.
Shout out to Kaz with the super chat. He says, shout out to Ness for asking the real questions. You and Blue Blood had him squirming like a worm. Laugh out loud. P.S. at DJ Georgie Porgy. I heard through the grapevine you out here plotting and praying on my downfall. You lame. You a lame. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yo,
hit him with the Corinthians.
Hit him with the Bible scripture.
Man.
What happened?
Then you got my man Andrew Diakatu. Thank you, Ness and Doomy.
His name. I want to know who's saying it right. Andre, you better call in. You always called it on Skype. Because I think it's Diakanu.
I don't see no N in there, but it's all good.
Ain't that how you do French? Let's fucking do Jeffrey. We never tried Jeffrey with this shit.
Man, so many fucking silent letters and shit, bro. I don't fucking know how to say his shit.
Let's
but
see
hey,
what Jeffrey had.
Thank you.
We're gonna finally let Jeffrey handle this.
Wait, I gotta get my drum roll ready. Where's my drum roll soundbite? Come on, man. This is what one day we're gonna be big enough where we gotta fucking produce, and I'm saying, oh, let's see what Jeffrey says, and the producer will be like.
Andre Dakota.
Oh, Dakota.
All right, so my man Andre Dakota, thank you, Ness and Doomy, for making the trip across the river. Team Miller just bumped Wilder off the front page of boxing for the next few days. TBV, what does Wilder do now after yesterday's theater in the city? Hashtag toll money.
Yo, you the shit, Andre, man. I fucking love you, bro. For real. Shout out to you. I mean, look, man, all he could do is do the pay-per-view and hope that it sells, bro. Pray to God that he wants to, make him equally as big a star, because he's got to get at least 225,000 people to buy that shit just to make a blimp on the radar. You know what I'm saying? You do that, and now you're enticing Eddie, and you're also making writers question Joshua as to why he doesn't want to do a pay-per-view with an already existing pay-per-view star. But as of now, unfortunately, the newsrooms and the, not newsrooms, but the chat forums and the message boards and the YouTube chats, they're right. He's fought one top dog, and people want more. I don't know. We got to go back out to our boomerang, though. Sit tight to those that are not ringers or boomerangs, but we must appreciate those that help support the show and make sure that we keep rocking out every day for you. So I hope you guys are enjoying our morning shows. If you haven't, head on over to iTunes or TuneIn, Stitcher, even iHeart, Spreaker, everywhere that podcasts are found. You can find the Boxing Voice Radio for sure. Hashtag TBV Podcast. We're going out to our main. Yeah, we're on Spreaker as well.
Spreaker, okay.
No, Spreaker.
Spreaker.
Yeah. Google away. Talk to me.
So yeah, I was emotional, Anthony Wade, because this is boxing. I'm passionate about this here boxing thing, so I'm gonna take a more. So I came out throwing flurries. I had no head movement. I was flat-footed. I was fucking Brandon Rios, just throwing blows that round. So I'm coming back out. I'm throwing a stick. I'm throwing ones and twos, and I'm gonna move around a little bit. With that said, I think the caller after me made an excellent point. That was the homeboy from Baltimore. When you put your mouth on certain people like that, you know, I've always respected Gerald Miller because when he talked that shit, he do, as far as I can see, make every attempt to back it up. As far as a boxer, I know he's a competitor with the MMA, you know, the kickboxer. So I respect it. But once you start talking crazy, you know, and then it was, you know, I don't know if it was rumors, you know, Wilder, you know, sparred with him. He had to go to the hospital. And then you talk about the man's woman. Then you talk about somebody's mom. That's why I was so hot about it because, you know, and he was right. It's the showbiz. It's the theatrics, right? Boom. Wilder has to fight Fury now. They have to find a way, and not just these two guys as competitors as for the belt, like business-wise. Like Heyman and Fury's, like they have to make this fight happen. I mean, it's kind of like I'm looking. I was scrolling through the schedule. I'm looking at the fights. I'm not interested in getting no fucking DAZN. You know what I'm saying? Like, the landscape is fucked up. But like Wilder and Fury could be a fight that could leverage us back in this direction out of apps. If the fight is big enough and it makes enough splash, man. So, you know,
So,
I'm hot about the fight.
You're telling me that Joshua doesn't bring you to the zone, period?
If I had to choose, I keep.
You have no choice though.
And
Joshua is on the zone. Will you buy it or won't you buy it?
Well, Mike, no, because he's a European fighter. How often is he actually going to fight? I'm not going to pay for that shit just for Joshua. They would have to have a compelling rollout. Yeah, and I know what they said. Andre, like all these guys got to fight on DAZN to make it worth it. Just for that one night, like boom, Pacquiao, Crawford. Crawford bought me the ESPN Plus for the one night, and I stayed. Joshua can't bring me to DAZN for this one night and I'll stay because I was only watching him on international on Saturday afternoons in the first place. He ain't make a big enough splash to be on my TV at night or have the logistics work out. So I can't do that for DAZN. DAZN don't get me like that. Yeah, hold your breath and take a pull of this motherfucking Head Dog. Shout out to Head Dog, Purple Hindu, everything. He don't bring me to DAZN. I'm not going to DAZN for Joshua.
I respect it.
I mean, thanks for calling in. Edward in Alabama, talk to us.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Real quick, I don't know what I'm supposed to be impressed by. You got tough with one of our American contenders. He's the B level that we have here right now, and you haven't done that with Wilder. And it's obvious the stuff. I mean, I don't think it was written out scripted completely, but it was staged. To me, it's just like it was like, okay, cool, great. You know, it's the whole plan. AJ got. They're going to try to freeze Wilder out like he always said. That's great. And just, hey, man, this is a fan of the sport, a fan of boxers, and this guy directed towards Mike, man. Don't get mesmerized by a promoter being cute and making jokes. Eddie Hearn is about promoting himself. I'm going to tell you from somebody that's been watching boxing a long time, a lot of fighters have suffered from that type of guy.
See, you miss understanding what I'm saying, bro. I'm not mesmerized. I'm entertained. When I watch a press conference or a presser, I want to be entertained by something else than just the fighters. Okay, so when I watch something like Showtime and they have Brian Custer, he does a great job. He throws out a little jokes and everything too. So when I watch a press conference, I want to be entertained, not mesmerized.
Well, you were saying talking about, oh, he could sell something to the, you know, that whole catch up to a lady with white gloves type of statement. You know what I mean? To me, that's being mesmerized because you can't sell me nothing if the product isn't good. And I don't care how you say it or how funny you are. You can't sell me that if the product ain't good. Big Baby and Joshua, to me, yeah, that's cool fight, whatever, but that's not the fight I want. I don't go to the store to get an iPhone and they hand me some kind of
fucking droid.
We don't know though. The product hasn't came out yet. So how can you say the product is bad or good? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's good or bad. It hasn't came out yet. I seen the interface.
Baby Miller fight.
First of all,
seen them
Mike,
guys
you can
fight. I
make
know what we're getting.
an initial assessment, but we're gonna wait for Thursday's show for that. But stop acting like you can't make an initial assessment off of what they done rolled.
I don't want to spill it out too much. That we got a whole nother show tomorrow. Come on, bro. Let me lie a little bit.
You've been punching after the bell for more than a minute, brother. I gotta let you go. I'll let you get 2 minutes and 20 seconds on a 1 minute call.
Shout out to Edward.
Chris and ATL, go for it.
What's good, fellas? I like what we saw at Jarrell Miller the other day. Closed mouths don't get fed. I think he went a little bit too far, talking about Joshua's mother and everything. But, he made a big splash. It was all over sports news. It's on ESPN right now. And I think a fight with him and Joshua would sell. I think Wilder should have pulled up in NYC. But he's allowing Jarrell Miller to steal the spotlight. Jarrell Miller's a big talker. He talks that shit. And, like I said, it made a big splash yesterday. So, I wish that a lot of these guys would look at what Antonio Tarver did with Roy Jones back in the day. He pulled up on him after every one of his fights showed up. But he did it classy. He did it in the suit. And he kept calling out Roy. And eventually Roy gave him the fight. So, let's see what happens. But I think that fight will sell. A lot of people won't like to hear it, but I think a Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua fight will sell here in the United States. That's my call.
And that's real quick. Where did that rumor come from about Wilder being in the New York?
I've been said that shit was set. This is what I'm saying, yo. I mapped out a bunch of months ago 4 fucking fights for Joshua, and they all coming true. Parker came true. Fucking Povetkin, and now they mapping Big Baby. The rumor was going around the press conference. It was all bullshit. And look, I gotta text them, but like, I don't know. I think they working for DAZN now, and they asked me the question on camera. So I'm thinking like, oh shit, I'm taking my man's word for it. Like, oh shit, really? That's the rumor that these here. So I text Deontay. He said, man, niggas making shit up. That's bullshit.
Yeah, because he's in LA for the he's in the Equalizer premiere on July 20th. And also, I think I got a conspiracy, but y'all hear about it more tomorrow.
Man, you know that all I did was get it buzzing more. I mean, they trying. Wilder was. I'm not saying that Wilder's name was being used to buzz everything.
Was being used. Why?
Yeah, it was clout chasing. It was clout chasing.
Why would you out of no? And listen, that's for tomorrow. But why would you out of nowhere, like you're introducing DAZN and you're like, oh my god, there's more people here than Wilder's fight. That's even though you're shaming him, you're putting the name out there. People are still writers are still gonna say Eddie Hearns with his one-line jokes of Deontay Wilder and how more people were at the DAZN. You know what I mean? It's still writing it. It's still out there. People are still reporting it. You're still saying his name. You're in video saying, but you're still talking about the same guy. It's hilarious, man. Super chat. Thank you for the love today. You guys are awesome. The expert genius says, I like how people say Wilder's only fought one top guy, but forget Joshua has fought multiple guys with double-digit losses in 3 people over, I guess he meant to say, and 3 people over the age of 40. Dude, dissecting AJ's resume is not going to help us because Wilder's can be dissected. Even Floyd's could be dissected.
I mean, that's normal over in the UK because Kell Brook has a guy on his record that has like 100 losses or some shit like that.
You know, I think
Kell Brook got a trilogy, and I bet you nobody on this panel, maybe Ron, because he claims to be IQ, can name who Kell Brook has had a trilogy with.
It's like super early in his career.
Don't tell. I know his name. Fuck it.
Okay, I'll give you the opportunity.
I don't even know his name, so even if you say a name, I won't even be able to tell you. That's how many fights Kell Brook has had with nobodies.
Hey, it's the guy that has.
He's got a double header with Carson Jones. He had 2
Carson
fights with
Jones.
Carson.
Come on, you know the name. I mean, his
I thought it
record
was
was
Carson Jones.
No, it's Ernie Smith.
Oh my goodness.
Oh fuck.
At least say Ernie Shavers.
Hey,
Somebody
Ernie's
like
record is 13 and 142 losses.
Wow,
that's the guy I was talking about. 142 losses.
Hey, but it's not as bad as the other dude. The dude he started with.
Shout
Peter
out to
Buckley.
Eddie Hearn, though. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. He made him rich.
Got motherfuckers believing.
You know, and for those that are saying that they won't get the app, you know, that AJ ain't. But you know what? It's sort of like so.
Why the fuck you lying?
Why you lying? For me, you lying? Cause like, I mean, I don't know, right? I can't. Everybody has their own opinion, but I'm pretty sure when that fight gets made, if it does get made, and that's the plan, a lot of people are gonna be trying to see if Baby Miller could take out AJ.
Jeez, man, everything is with a lot of yo with your explosive pieces over there, B.
So you ain't buying this? You ain't buying it?
I'm hoping I get another listener that hooks me up with the password. Look, what the zone did say is that you could share it 3 times at 3 devices simultaneously, but no more than 3. So I hope somebody just gives me one of their 3 because
I'll send you mine.
what the fuck is on there? Just Povetkin and Joshua? Please, hell no.
But you know me, I watch.
What you mean? You got.
He had a good point. Hold on, Adumi. I know where you're going, but none of that excites me. This is for tomorrow's show. I don't even want to get into it. Nothing that happened yesterday excited me except for Big Baby. Let's go out to
real quick. You had a super chat from Anthony Wade. He mentioned that wasn't DAZN presser close to the public, and he also mentioned that. So how could Wilder pull up if that was the case?
I mean, come on, you're Deontay Wilder. You could fucking pull up. You could pull up, and if they don't let, and we're gonna see you try to pull up, all the media's gonna come out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, they ain't letting you in." He's gonna be outside, like, "Yo, you see, I'm here." He fucking scared of me, but that's what he don't do. He from Alabama. They still they still nice, man. They like badass,
but you gotta channel your Shannon Briggs, man. Shannon Briggs did
hell yeah.
The fucking boat thing, the fucking eat. I eat what you eat.
We say that about Shannon, but he never got the Klitschko fight.
It don't matter. The shit is
he had a title opportunity though.
It's fucking the shit will live on forever.
True though, Dron, it never came true because he tested positive. So nothing of it.
Well, technically that gave him that opportunity. He just screwed himself. So
yes, but
I see football players
about all the marketing dollars that he spent chasing Vladimir around. He did get the shot, and then it failed. He didn't get the money.
So, but the opportunity, let's just say like he didn't do had the steroid situation, that it would have worked then. So that's
all right. But in his case, it was steroids, right? And that's why it didn't happen. In Deontay Wilder's case, it could simply be they freeze you out. You could clubber lane someone and they ignore you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get the shot.
Hey, but what did Clubber do though?
If Deontay moved to England for 6 months like Shannon Briggs did.
Clubber
he
punched Mickey, and that's what happened.
No, he talked about his lady.
Yeah, in the press conference.
It's too late. You can't do what you gonna do. Another Big Baby. It's too late now.
Well, I'm saying Big Baby. He did the Clubber lane. You know.
Yeah, Big Baby. But that's what I'm saying though. Big.
What Wilder should do is find Joshua's mom Instagram and like one of her pictures. That's it.
Oh my God, you're crazy. Yo. You got terrible.
Hey, I didn't realize you just said he punched Mickey. Why would he punch Mickey?
I'm like, yo, I think Mickey had a little heart attack.
Yeah, I thought that's what happened. I thought he punched me.
Nah.
He was like,
yo, imagine Clubber would punch Mickey.
Yo, wasn't Mickey mad at somebody for being a jerk and then caught a heart attack?
Yeah, him, Clubber Lane.
No, he was stressed out in a fight. You remember when they carried him in the back of the room?
Yeah, he died back there.
Oh. The ticker kid, the ticker. Yo, Scott in Oklahoma, talk to me.
Hey, what's good? Hey, shout out to you, Ness, for what you did in NY for that DAZN promotion. Appreciate you and Blood Sports, Blue Blood Sports, for doing your thing as real journalists, answering the tough questions. As far as people saying, "Oh, they won't buy DAZN," me personally, if they give me the matchups that I want to see, I will purchase it. I mean, Jesse Vargas versus Peterson, I will see that fight. Andrade versus Billy Joe Sanders, I see that fight. I mean, there are fights that I would pay for myself. It'd be like no other subscription. Me personally, like, hey, if I got Showtime this month and there's nothing on, I just cancel my Showtime until it's another fight come on.
Man, who the fuck got that type of time? I'm not gonna be canceling. That's too much right there, man.
No, man. I mean, but when you have everything through like Amazon Fire, like you can go through your subscriptions and just cancel.
Oh,
it's just one click.
One click, baby. That's all you gotta do, baby. You gotta move up next.
Getting to Deontay Wilder, me personally, I think I don't care if it's a pay-per-view fight next or it's just a regular Showtime fight, just be active.
Yeah.
Keep fans coming to you. Like me personally, I don't think there's a fight right now for him that's a pay-per-view fight in America besides Big Baby Miller. I'm gonna just keep it honest, and I'm a Deontay Wilder fan.
I think you could do Lewis Ortiz rematch because it's been that's how pay-per-views.
No, I agree.
That's how pay-per-views originate. Like you get the first one free and then but the thing is the like no one's clamoring for the rematch. No one thinks Ortiz has a shot. That shit is out the window. They used to think he had a shot.
That's the truth. I mean, I would buy the fight. I would buy his pay-per-view fight, and mostly, just like UK supports AJ, the American fans, the American diehard fans that support Deontay Wilder are going to have to, if they truly want to see him make his money, support him. Support him regardless if he does a pay-per-view fight or if it's just another Showtime on Showtime during prime time. Me personally, his next couple of fights, realistically, I wouldn't mind Ortiz, Pulev, or Brazil. That's just me. If he can pull Big Baby Miller over, I don't know how that network situation works out. If they just, hey, whoever puts up the most money gets control of the fight, hey, Deontay Wilder, go ahead and put it up. Like,
to say nobody thinks Ortiz has a chance to win. There's a nice sized Miami Cuban population that probably thinks Ortiz had Wilder out that 7th or 8th round and it didn't get stopped.
Scott, thanks for calling in. Definitely gave you over the 1 minute, letting you punch after the bell. And as for Mike and his comment about Miami or the Florida area, I mean, from your lips to God ears, let them put a Lewis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder in Miami so we can have a fucking hell of a weekend. But yeah, final thoughts, gentlemen.
My final thoughts are that the press conference and the activity.
Hold on. Oops. Ron, the stepchild.
No one can stop me, really.
Boy, there's a king croc right there. This croc has enough power in its jaws to whip my ass right off. In the 6th round, in the 7th round.
DAZN Productions.
You gotta be the legend to become a legend. Honestly, it'd be so unbeatable. You gotta be the legend to become a legend.
Hey boys, sorry to keep you back. I'll just burn for a quick minute. Look, man, I'll tell you what, no one here in Australia is falling for Eddie Hearn's shit, to be honest with you. I really hate him as a promoter. I think he's bad for boxing. He's good in some ways and he's terrible in some ways. I think we should start moving away from the model that's the promoter lies to you, tells you what you want to hear, and then we don't get the fights that we want. Let's talk some straight facts here real quick. Deontay Wilder accepted a flat fee for a super fight, which no one has ever done before. When there's more money in America, what Eddie Hearn is asking Deontay Wilder to do is take $15 million instead of what could be an $80 to $100 million fight in the US, therefore making Deontay take potentially double or even triple the money in the US. Deontay said, all right, I don't have to take 30, 40, potentially $45 million. I will take 15, go to England and fight, and they still weaseled away from it. That disgusts the fans, and I will never, ever put my money in Eddie Hearn's pockets ever again. I love AJ's style, love how he fights, but cannot continue with the lies. I want Gerald Miller, Anthony Joshua, but first things first, we need Deontay Wilder, but that's my call. Thanks for everything, boys.
Alex in Australia, thank you for calling in. We're going out to, looks like the BX snuck in, 646-244.
The boogie down.
Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? This is James. I tried to reach you on Skype, but it didn't go through. So
what up, James?
Shout out to I'm chilling, man. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, man. And I like the new look, man. I like a little chocolate on the panel. That's pretty cool.
Pause, baby. Pause now. Hold on now. I'll pause that shit. This whole situation makes me happy and sad. Happy because at the end of the day, we all boxing fans, man. And the fact is, we love boxing. We don't necessarily like all the matchups, but we like boxing. And knowing that there's fights, guaranteed fights on the horizon, the boxing fan in me says, okay, but I can't lie. Yo, man, my Superman is Deontay. And it kind of sucks that he's getting sidelined
and he can't fight Batman. You know what I mean? Just like it's like the potential for a good movie, but people just keep dropping out. First you lose a director, then you lose an actor, then you lose the script is rewritten, and it feels the same exact way. It's just like this fight is like almost there, but there's always something that pulls it away. So I'm hoping that if the Baby Miller fight does go through, in all honesty, I like shit talkers, so I want a complete powder keg of a build-up, and whoever wins, then let the winner face Deontay and make a super fight out of that. You know, so it'll most likely be AJ, but whoever it is, let the super fight.
That'll never happen because if AJ loses, you know they're going in a rematch mode. So you froze out. AJ said it would happen. And when you can pull ticket prices like, you know, as low as $52.27, but as high as $2,613 for VIP tickets, then under that, you got $1,000 seats. Under that, you got $522 seats, $270 damn near dollar seats, $200 seats, $130, $100, $78. Like, he got a bunch of price points. Them dudes is racking it in. That's how they bringing in that 90,000. They got a bunch of people at different tiers of life that are willing to go out there and check out some AJ. But damn, I really like hearing Australian Alex break it down, because you're right. I never looked at it the way that, you know, he obviously not fighting in the US. He was taking way less, you know, so that was right. But yeah, man, Big Baby Miller made a splash. Obviously, the kind of splash that Eddie Hearn is excited about. Based on our callers in the comments, people want Anthony Joshua to defend his mom. So, Wilder, you gotta wait. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. I know I owe you a Patreon. What's it called?
Untitled.
Me and Mike will be doing it soon enough.
My final thoughts are, well, the biggest thing from this press conference that I really want to delve into and get right deep into, I want to see if Big Baby Miller actually gets that date. So I'm gonna be tuned into Instagram on AJ's mom's page and see will he slide into DMs or like some of the comments. So I will be reporting on if Big Baby Miller gets that date with AJ's mom.
Oh my goodness.
I know he getting that date with Spilka in Chicago.
Yeah, man.
Who's making a trip to Chicago to see Big Baby and Spilka?
Chi-town.
Sure, I might, cause it's like an hour or two from me. I'm in Indy.
Ain't it dangerous over there? Ain't that the Chirac?
But it's probably gonna be downtown where everything is like nice at. Like when you leave downtown Chicago, everything starts to get fucking wild and shit. But downtown area, very nice.
Yeah, the north side's also nice too. But Ron G from Fighter IQ. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Fighter IQ Media. I definitely can say that this is going to be another monkey wrench in the scenario. But for everyone out there who does not want to do DAZN, and I'm not saying to pirate it, but if you do pirate it, it should probably be easy to get an HD stream of it. So either or, you win some, you lose some.
Oh, speaking of pirate, I hate to cut anybody's outro off, but yo, I got this shit called Reloaded TV from one of my listeners, and whoa.
What is it called?
Reloaded TV.
And you got it on like your what?
Computer, TV, anything, bro. As long as you got a browser, but like a smart TV, you could download it through Kodi, but it's not glitchy like Kodi. You just got to get it through Kodi. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, bro, it got everything, even HBO. I mean, I'm not cutting the plug, you know what I'm saying? Because I fucking do the show. I need to have, legitimate, reliable service. But it is a pretty cool extra thing. Like, it has everything UK, everything US.
You gotta see how long it's gonna last though, because I came across some good ones that last like a month or two.
Given Quality usually is in the chat. He's the one that put me on, and he's been using it for 2 years straight.
Oh shit! Well, I gotta get on it then.
Yeah, I gotta get some of that. Those are free.
Real quick, do me before you start. Follow me at Gross1911 on IG, anytime, anywhere, and on Twitter, I'm Gross 2312.
Yeah, no, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry. I can keep talking to him, you know what I'm saying? I can talk all motherfucking day, you know. It don't matter to me. The fucking sky is blue, the fucking grass is green.
It was a reference to what was last was spoken, but it's all right. I'm losing my mind right now. What do I got to say about this? Here we go. This is the Eddie Hearn show. What are you gonna do if we get this fight with AJ and Big Baby Miller? Listen, I'm still gonna tune in and watch the shit because at the same time, I'm gonna want to see if somebody's gonna dethrone AJ. I'm gonna want to see if AJ defends his mom's honor and knocks his guy out. You know what I mean? So it's like they made it to where it's a fight that people are gonna want to see anyway. I don't care. Everybody got their opinion, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. It is some bullshit because what's up with Wilder? Like the more things happen, the more you start noticing more that they didn't really want to schedule this fight.
The one thing I want to know about Wilder is he training? Because I see him, but I see him more out like doing media things. I don't see him necessarily in
That's
the
what
gym.
I'm thinking about too. It's like, bro, you've been out the ring 4 months. Now you're gonna be out another 3 or 2 for training camp. It's like, man, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, so
I hit him up too, like, yo, what up? When I'm coming through, and he like, yeah, pretty soon. Actually, he did say pretty very soon too, very soon.
Hey,
And that's why I'm thinking that that 28th date they will announce Ortiz versus Wilder in that ring.
Oh, you think they doing that? You think they're doing it for the Ortiz fight? I mean, the Easter fight.
Yeah. Did you see how? Yeah, but did you see how well it did on FS1 with like nobody watching? Like when before the first fight was made, when Ortiz fought somebody and like knocked him out, and then he started calling Wilder in the ring because Wilder was commentating.
Yeah. But I mean, you see, the problem was the motherfucking English of Ortiz. Even now, Wilder. You sound like fucking.
He say bitch and motherfucker. I'm riding with him. Let's go. Let me see it again.
Drunk cookie, man, what he sound like. But hey yo, man, listen, we out, man. Everybody,
no, we got run, baby. We got run.
And I still ain't. I
get a face, man. Run.
I was already in here. I still already in here.
I still ain't outro. You can catch me on Facebook, Alexander Linus, IG Alex Doomsday, Alex _ Doomsday _ Linus, and on Twitter, Alex Linus TVV. My man Ron.
Hey, I already did my shout. Look, even when I do my shout outs and my final thoughts, y'all forget. I need a face.
Oh damn, my bad, bro. I ain't even here.
No, you were looking out.
You did yours? I'm out.
Yeah, I did mine. Yeah, we good.